Nitro Type has finally decided to go back to doing events, and today I will be going over the very first one they've done in a long time, Spring Showdown. I head over to the event page. We can see 35 days left in this event, which I think is a pretty reasonable amount of time. They don't want to make it too long because, well, spring isn't too much longer before we get into summer. Right now there's only one thing unlocked, and that is the butterfly kaleidoscope. I'm assuming this is a trail or a nitro. I'm not entirely sure. We can see that, and then we have event achievements, pedal to the metal. Alright, so maybe two things unlocked, I guess, and then all of these will unlock later. I did the math. If there are 35 days in this event, then something should release every 3 days or so, assuming they kind of go on a regular basis and don't just release 5 things and then wait a couple weeks and 5 more things. So we'll see. So the thing about events that are different than seasons is that you have to race with event loot in order to get credit towards the event. So we can see here, how can I earn more event XP per race? So you have to equip a car in order to even participate, and then all of these extra spring things can be used to get more XP per race. I do not have a spring nitro. I don't know if there is one. If there is, please let me know in the comments. I don't remember. I haven't done this game in a little while. But yes, the more spring themed things you have equipped, the more XP you get. It would be the same with a summer event or a winter event. You know, more winter things you have equipped, more summer things you have equipped. So then view event achievements. I'm assuming that just takes you here, and it does. Awesome. So it looks like there's more than one way to get stuff. You can get XP in races. I hope they have like session races and maybe some accuracy stuff. That'd be pretty neat. Kind of like a daily challenge. And then the last thing I want to go over is the news post. This is, I mean, a fairly straightforward thing. It's not too complicated. We have Spring Showdown. This kind of looks like an AI generated thing, but I can't tell. This text on the side here, or text, it's not really text, on the side would indicate that it may be AI generated, but that's fine. So I've already read the news post. I'm not going to read this word for word, but I'll break it down. They kind of introduce it May 11th through June 1st, which is, again, not that long, which is fine with me. Seasons in the rear view, so it sounds like they're not really going to be doing any more seasons from what I'm aware of. What's Spring Showdown? Okay, talking about achievements won't appear all at once. That is how events used to work. You'd have some achievements at the beginning, and then they'd kind of release them as they went on. Now, back in the old days, events, you'd have most of the things out at the beginning. They'd only add a thing or two as you go through the events. But now it seems like they're waiting to release most of it till the end, or at least as the event progresses. No spoilers here. Okay, so they're not really going to spoil anything. One type of each loot. Okay, a special limited time perk that improves as you level it up. I'm assuming that's the butterfly thing in this one. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then extra rewards. Okay, that's fine. Already talked about that. And then how to join in. What I've already talked about. You have to equip spring themed stuff in order for your XP to count. And then the event's still being unveiled, as we've already established. Now, another thing. Oh, they elaborate on the new perk right at the start. Unlock a new. Okay. Nice. Awesome. So we won't spoil what happens when you level it up. Just know it's like anything, unlike anything we've ever done before. So that sounds pretty interesting. And then one thing that they do talk about. This used to be a thing, and then they took it away, and now they're finally adding it back. Lifetime XP. I don't know if it's going to be levels or just XP amount, but either way, you used to be able to get levels that would not reset every season. So I'm kind of glad to see that that's a thing. And I hope, I haven't seen it, but I hope that they kind of factor how much XP you would have already earned. Maybe they won't. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, this is the news post. And then finally, the last thing to talk about would be the nice theme up here. We can see this is actually really nice looking. I like this a lot. If I go on the racetrack, I don't believe there's anything different. Oh, there is. Look at that. Spring track. Very nice. Wow, it looks really nice. I'm not sure why the race isn't starting, but okay. Let's try this again. Nitro Type. Ah, that's problematic. Anyways, we'll deal with that later. I mean, maybe we tried Friends Race, see if that's any different. I'll have to figure that out. That's probably just a bug. But anyway, overall, I think this is a really nice event. I kind of like this turn of events. No pun intended there. I much preferred events to seasons. They're more interesting, a bit more complex. Yes, a little more difficult, but I do think they're pretty fun. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know I haven't uploaded in a really long time. I've been really busy with school and just haven't had any time. But tomorrow is my last thing I have to do for school, and then I'm done. So then I should be able to start uploading videos again, which will be really nice. So yeah, have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next one.